Kettlebell high pull. Like with all movement exercises, we want to use medium to medium light kettlebell, something you can kind of control, but gives you enough resistance. Now, there's different versions of the high pull. You'll see a lot of people high pull straight up. That's a high pull, that's fine. But the high pull that we're going to use is kind of a precursor to the kettlebell snatch, right? So we all know when the bell gets to a certain point in the top of our swing, it starts to float. There's no resistance really provided by the bell. And that's what we're trying to pull the bell up to. Essentially what we're doing, we're going to single arm swing, but I want you to keep that elbow tight as possible. We're not doing a big arc. We want to keep the bell as tight as possible. So we're going to swing, keep the elbow tight, bring the bell up until the bell naturally pulls that elbow off the body, and then pull it back into us. So what does that look like? We're going to set up like we normally do with our kettlebell. And we're going to do that swing, keep the elbow tight, and let the bell pull the elbow off the body. And the reason we're doing this is we're finding that floating area with the kettlebell, so that way we can eventually get to all the way up without that banging of the wrist on the kettlebell snatch. So once again, we want to keep that bell nice and tight until the bell naturally pulls the elbow off the body. And that is your kettlebell high pull. Face the wall squats. You can either use a rig, you can use the wall, whatever you're comfortable with. The goal of this drill is to make sure you keep your chest up while you perform the squat. A lot of people, to compensate from mobility issues, when they start squatting down, they start bringing their chest down, right, and start bending at their hips. We don't want to do that with our squat. Essentially, we want to be able to sit all the way down in this position right here with our chest up the whole time. So we're going to come up to our posts, we're going to come up to our wall, whatever we're comfortable with, nice and tall, squat position. You can have your hands out in front of you or your hands out to the side if you're performing this on the wall. We're going to go straight down. The goal is to get as close to an object as you possibly can and perform the squat without scraping your head or hitting your chest against that post. That would be either a post or a wall, whatever you have available to you for your wall squats. Overhead hold with the kettlebell. We're going to safely bring the bell up to our shoulder, press that bell overhead. You can even use two hands if you want to. Press that bell overhead, stand nice and tall. I want you to work on that lockout, making sure you're nice and tall, bicep to your ear. Hold, focus on that breathing. We're going to safely bring the bell down after that 15 seconds and switch sides. So we're going to safely bring the bell up to the shoulder. We can use two hands to press it. Hold that bell up in the air. Focus on that breathing. Flex your glutes, flex your abs, nice and tall. Some people like to open their hand up on that lockout. That's fine. You can keep your hand closed long as your elbow is nice and locked out, bicep to the ear. After 15 seconds, we're going to safely bring that bell down, back to the floor, and switch sides for the overhead lockout.